What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our first roster update slash investment video of MLB The Show 20. I missed last week. We were kind of late on that, but I do have a list today of silver to gold and gold to diamonds. I'm going to do this a little bit differently from previous years. We're going to focus more on how much stubs we can make and get you guys like a buy point and then a sell point. Because sometimes if you want to make sure you have profit on a card, sometimes it's better to sell that card before the actual roster update, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But we do have a list for you guys of at least 10 players today that I think can go diamond, and they actually would be a pretty good investment to make today, whether it be upgraded this week, this Friday, or the weeks following, because they are going to be doing a roster update every single week. They used to do it every 2 weeks, so it is a little bit different, so they could do things a little bit differently, right? So it's actually pretty easy to find out who can get an upgrade. Just take a little research, go on Google, search a player's name, and then search who's like close to being upgraded, and then just check out their stats for the year. So it's very easy. But what I'm doing here for you guys today and for the weeks ahead, I'm actually doing the hard work for you guys, so you don't have to. But getting into these investments early is the best way to make some extra stubs, right? So especially right now, the prices on silvers and bronzes, they're actually going up, which I like. Now that the season started, now that Inside Edge is here, those prices did go up again. So today we're gonna start with our silvers to gold, but before we begin, make sure you guys leave a subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see these videos every single week. Leave a like on this video if you want me to continue this. We've had some pretty good success over the years predicting who's gonna be going gold to diamond or silver to gold, and that's because, like I said, it is pretty easy to see, and all it is just a little bit of research. If you watch baseball, I almost said basketball there. If you watch baseball just a little bit, you guys already know who's doing well, and just looking at stats basically. So MLB The Show did mention before, I think they mentioned before, it is a 3-year average. So we're going to take the 3-year average, how they're playing to start this season this year in 2020. And then in the end, it's just a little luck from there, guys. So it is what it is. But hopefully we can make some stubs from it. I hope you guys can make some stubs from it. And I'm here to try to help you make some good decisions in the market. So I guess let's just get started. Let's not waste any time. Our first player here, our first silver to gold pick for today is Byron Buxton. He makes it on this list because of his fielding and his speed. So right now he's only batting about a 235, actually 235 right on the mark. But being a 79 overall and having that fielding already, just a little bit of a boost for Byron Buxton is going to topple him over to that 80 overall gold. As you guys can see here, Inside Edge gives him a +3 at 50 and 48 verse right there, and that alone gives him an 80 overall to a gold. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna get that bump for a gold here, but I just feel that Byron Buxton is priced low enough where it is a very, very low risk, and the reward could be north of 400 stubs. My buy point for Byron Buxton right now is around less than the 650 range. Honestly, 750 and below is actually going to be very, very good for Byron Buxton as well. Because if he does not go gold this week, his price, being that he's a 79 overall already, his price will not drop that much. And the Twins actually have a very good path in their team affinities as well. So a lot of people like using this Byron Buxton for exchanges and whatever else they need him for. So 79 overall, very safe play here. I think he deserves, you know, at least a little bit more on his hitting. He does have 3 home runs this year, so that matches some of the higher power guys in the league. So he's got 3 home runs this year. He could get a slight power boost just by having 3 home runs already on the year. He only had 10 last year in 87 games, so I mean, I guess that deserves a little bit of a power boost. Our next pick to go gold this week is first baseman Daniel Murphy, who's off to a hot start this year. 3 home runs, 364 of batting average. He is playing in Colorado, so I'm not sure how much they take that into consideration for these upgrades. I know Trevor Story took a long time for him to go diamond when we were expecting him to go diamond for weeks. In his H35 season, if he can keep his average up, he's gonna get that career average to over 300 batting average. Right now, his career average is 298. And in Daniel Murphy's last few seasons, he's up there in the average. You know, every single year, he's up there in average. The inside edge right now shows him at a plus 15 on his contact versus left and his power versus left, which puts him up to an 81 overall. Like, we only need an 80 overall for a gold for Daniel Murphy, so maybe half that will get him up to an 80 overall. His entry point right now is actually very, very good. 675 is very respectable if you guys are not patient, but at 555, that's where I'm trying to get him at. 555 is low risk for a higher reward there, just like the Byron Buxton. A little contact boost on this card will be good. His OPS right now is 1.018, so very, very good OPS for Daniel Murphy. Same thing with Byron Buxton. Even if he does not go to a gold this week, we have a roster update every single week, and this is a very safe price point for him right now at 555. So I say try to get him at 555 or less. If you can get him for less, that's amazing. But if he gets close, you know, sometimes the night before the roster update, they can get, if they think they're going gold, they can get to the 800, 900 range, so you're still making profit on this Daniel Murphy. Next up, we've got Max Fried, who's having an amazing season so far. His last 3 years, he's actually had, if you average everything out in his last 3 seasons, he's pitched very, very well. Still a young guy, 26 years old, but the start of this season, in 4 games so far, he's won 3 of those 4 games with an ERA of 1.59. His strikeout numbers aren't really there just yet, having only 21 strikeouts and 22 innings pitched, so we wouldn't call him a strikeout pitcher. His Ks per 9 will probably stay where they're at, but right now, his hits per 9 is 5.2 over 4 games this year, so his hits per 9 definitely deserves a bump up. His whip is at a .838, so I mean, definitely that hits per 9 needs to go up a little bit there, and just from that alone, that could push him all the way up to an 80 overall. Pitchers are a little bit harder to get upgrades, but I think Max Fried is pitching well enough to start the season to get that bump up to an 80 overall. His price point right now, 643, same thing. Daniel Murphy, you know, 550, 560 range. You're still gonna almost double your stubs if he does go gold, or even make a few hundred stubs in between there. Really, on this whole list, you're only gonna see like 1 silver to gold that, you know, is a little higher risk, but almost a guarantee to go gold. And we'll get to him here very, very soon. We've got one other guy who I think it has a big chance. This one's low risk, but way up on the revenue side. We've got, for silver to gold, JD Davis, 75 overall. So this one's a little bit more of a stretch, but the reward is absolutely great on this card. And honestly, I can back up, you know, my claims here for JD Davis. So far this year, he's batting at .327 batting average, 3 home runs on the season so far. He typically doesn't strike out a lot either. You know, the last few years here, or I should say 1 whole season last year that he had, .307 batting average, 22 home runs last year. Struck out only 97 times in 410 at-bats, and so far this season, doing great. A plus 17 on the inside edge only does give him up to a 77 overall, but if he collectively gets a boost in all of his stats, then you're gonna see him get closer to that 80 overall. So this is why I say, look at his pricing right now. This is why I say that this card I should get a little bit more. I think that's me at 185. I don't remember. I'll have to look, but I think that's me at 185. Look at this low risk, high reward card. So this is already a good investment, guys. At 185, you can go around, turn around this card for a quick flip at 379. You're gonna make stubs there right away. But as he creeps up closer to that gold price, you're turning 185 to 1,000 quick sell, and then typically they sit around the 1,200, 1,100 range. as well. So JD Davis is a very, very, very good investment right now. If he continues his play, I really think he can get close. I think he can get close with his averages the last couple of years. I think he can get close this Friday. This is where the luck factor comes in too. So the luck factor comes in is us thinking that JD Davis is gonna continue to play well, get his power numbers up a little bit, get a little bit more home runs this year. But I think JD Davis is too good of an investment piece to keep him off of this list today. I want you guys to get in this card early, so that way he can make some extra stubs. So now my top gold pick is, you guys probably know, and his price reflects it right now. We've got Mike Yastrzemski. I don't even have to tell you guys his stats. Playing very, very well. He played well last year, and I actually really like this card. This Mike Yastrzemski's got a very good swing in the game, and I think this is an easy pick for gold. Not a lot of, so this, you get a little bit more risk here, guys. You're paying up a little bit more for this Mike Yastrzemski at about 814. If you can get closer to the 800 range and scoop him up at 800, you're making 200 stubs at a quick sell if he does go gold. Now, his price will probably sit around that 1100 range once he does go gold, but you're not really making much. So this is like you wanted to get in the JD Davis range, right? You wanted to get Mike Yastrzemski around the 300-400 stub range. And with roster updates moving very, very quickly this week, people are jumping onto these opportunities to get these cards. But Mike Yastrzemski, I think, is a safe bet for a gold this week. So this is my #1 gold pick for the week. If you guys made it this far, let me know in the comments down below who you think is going gold this week as well, and who is your top investment pick for silver to gold before we move on to our gold to diamonds. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch. We are streaming at least 4 days a week on Twitch. We're about to make partner over there as well, so very happy about that. I love you guys for all the support over on Twitch as well. You guys can ask me anything. You can ask me who's going diamond, and I typically answer you guys live on Twitch as well. So and also, before we go into golds to diamonds, I want to do a little disclaimer. I only think probably one diamond this week is a lock. So I have one gold player that's already at 4,000 stubs who I think is going diamond, but the rest of these guys are around the 3,000 range who can probably get diamond this week, but it could take them a couple more or a few more weeks. But I think there's one diamond that's an absolute lock for a diamond, or one gold that's an absolute lock for a diamond this week. So let's get right into it. Our first gold to diamond pick for this week on Friday is Juan Soto. He is back, and he is back with a bang already. One home run. He's got a home run in his first 4 games this season. He was out for a little bit with COVID reasons, but he's already able to get 5 hits in 14 at-bats at a 357 batting average. His slugging percentage is a 714, and his OPS is at a 1.114. Juan Soto is one of the bright young stars in the game right now, and he showed that last year. So his last 3 years, guys, home run-wise, 22, 34, and then 1 so far this year. His batting average was 292 in 2018 and 282 in 2019, and this year so far at 357, and his OPS has been up there, 923 in 2018 and 949, so gradually getting better there. So he's already a diamond player. MLB The Show just has to pull the trigger on this Juan Soto. His price right now is very, very intriguing. You can make a lot of stubs with Juan Soto right now, and I still need to get more Juan Sotos. 2,806 is a very, very good entry point for this card. Typically, if the community thinks that the player is going to be going diamond, typically the night before or the week before, the price sits at around 4,500. Sometimes that is a good exit. 4,500 stubs, kind of lock in your stubs, especially if you get in around the 2,806 or 2,800 or less, or 3,000 or less. You're still making about just over 1,000 stubs. But if this card does go diamond, remember that you can quick sell diamonds at 5,000 stubs tax free. So with Juan Soto at 2,800, I'm going to be making about 2,200 stubs per one Juan Soto that I have. And I'd like to get at least probably 10 of these cards so I can make some pretty good stubs. He's going to be great, right? He's going to be great this year. He's going to be probably a diamond this year at 83 overall already. It's just a matter of time when, and I suggest you guys get in on this card right now at 2,806. Just stack up on him because, barring an injury, I think Juan Soto goes diamond this year. If not this next week. If not this next Friday here. Our next gold to diamond pick is Carlos Correa. Needs just a little bit of an attribute boost to get to an 85 diamond. You guys can see that from a +4 on the right side in the inside edge, giving him an 85 overall. So he's very close. He's got that 97 arm strength, 76 fielding. Carlos Correa is actually doing a little bit better than a couple of his teammates, who I think you guys should dump, and I'll tell you guys who they are at the end of this video. Price point, another good price point for you guys. 2,650 stubs right now for this Carlos Correa. You're gonna make stubs there right away, even if you just want to flip them over and over for about a 300 stub profit. But another guy that's, if he continues to play well, he's been a diamond before, I believe, in previous years, I think. But average last few years, he kind of had a rough year in 2018, but 2017 315 batting average, 2018 239, 2019 at 279, 2020 at 345. So far this year, he's got a couple of home runs. Not a lot, big power numbers for Carlos Correa. In the last 3 years, he's had 15 in 2018, 21 in 2019, and then this year so far he's only had 2. But being that he's an 84 overall, and it's tough to get past this price point right now, 2,650, and he's playing well, and he's that close to an 85 overall diamond. It's hard to pass up on Carlos Correa right now to make some extra stubs for you guys. Charlie Blackmon is one of my favorite picks to go diamond this year. He is so deserving. I honestly don't know why he was down to an 80 overall to start this year, and I really don't know if he's gonna make that 4-point bump up to an 85 overall. But Nick Castellanos just did it last week, and I think Charlie Blackmon is having a better season than Nick Castellanos. And honestly, his last 3 years, if we're going over a 3-year average, Charlie Blackmon in his last 3 years here, guys, so dating back to 2018, he's had 29 home runs in 2018, 32 in 2019, with a batting average of 291 and 314 respectively. So far this season, he's had 3 home runs, 18 RBIs, 5 doubles, and a 458 batting average, guys. He has 27 hits and 59 at-bats. Charlie Blackmon, he is, I think they take to account the Rockies there at Coors Field. But man, does he deserve a diamond card with how he's been playing. And honestly, if you go back 4 years, actually, his 4-year average, he's averaging over 30 home runs a season. Batting average is definitely over a 300 batting average. So I honestly don't know why, unless they really do take the Coors Field thing to account. Charlie Blackmon definitely goes diamond this year. And don't tell me about the fielding, guys. Nick Castellanos with the fielding is just as bad as Charlie Blackmon. And I think Charlie Blackmon is a little bit better on the hitting side than Nick Castellanos. He showed that. So don't tell me about the fielding. I know that's a big reason, but if Nick Castellanos can go +4 to a diamond, Charlie Blackmon can do that as well. So right now, his price point, people think he's going diamond as well. Price point's not as good as Carlos Correa or the Juan Soto. 3,000 stubs is still very, very good, though. You're going to make 2,000 stubs if you're selling him, quick selling him when he does go diamond. But I'm telling you guys this right now, if more people believe in Charlie Blackmon here before Friday and his price gets to around 4,000 stubs, I would say make a quick exit at 4,000 stubs, because that is a huge jump. He may not get that diamond, and this price might plummet down to around the 2,000, 2,500 range. So I would say dump at 4,000. You're still making 1,000 stubs per Charlie Blackmon. That's probably my choice. That's what I'm gonna do, is make that 1,000 stubs per each Charlie Blackmon that I do have. But up to you guys. If you really believe he's going diamond, you're going to get that 2,000 stub profit for each one that you have. But for me, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get my profits and go from there. But I'm very high up on Charlie Blackmon. I think he gets it. If there's a hitter that I think is a lock for diamond, it is Xander Bogaerts. 84 overall already, and having a good start to the season. Last year, he broke out for 33 home runs and ended the year at a 309 batting average. Struck out 122 times and only 614 at bats. Had an OPS of 939 and a slugging percentage of 555. Now this year's slugging percentage is actually up to a 574, and also the OPS on him is a little bit higher, averaging a 319 this year with 3 home runs. This is an easy jump, guys. Easy jump for Xander Bogaerts. He probably doesn't even need that plus 13 that his inside edge is showing, but definitely, I wouldn't say lock for a diamond this week, but Xander Bogaerts is very, very close, and I love his price right now at 3,000 stubs. You can tell that people are actually believing that he is gonna go diamond this week too, because his price is almost reaching 3,500 there. But the entry point that I want you guys to get in here is around that 3,027 range. You can still make some pretty good stubs on this Xander Bogaerts, but once you get to that 4,000 range, it's just too risky right now. So I would say stay under 3,500 if you're jumping in on the Xander Bogaerts train. 3,500 is a good entry range, so that way if he doesn't go gold, you won't have to see that price plummet afterwards, after Friday. But our top pick for this week, I think a lot of you guys will also agree with this. This is my lock for diamond this week. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think this one's an easy lock. Trevor Bauer at an 84 overall already, and I've got stats for you guys to back this up. So far this year, Trevor Bauer, he is unhittable right now at a 5.56 whip, 32 strikeouts and 19.1 innings pitched. He sliced and diced my Brewers here just a few days ago, and that's what sent me over the edge. In 3 games, a .93 ERA. He's got 2 wins in those 3 games. And like I said, that whip, .56 whip with 32 strikeouts. So strikeout numbers are up, way up. Hits per 9 at only a 3.3. Home runs per 9 at a .9 this year so far. And strikeouts per 9 at 14.9. So Ks per 9 is going to go up. Hits per 9 is going to go up on this card. His walk numbers are lower. Last year, he had a 3 base on balls per 9. Right now, he's at a 1.9. So base on balls per 9 can go up as well. And he's just absolutely dominating this year, guys. So right now, his price point is high. So that means it is a little bit more risky. If you're getting him at the 4,000 range and he does not go diamond, that price is going to drop. And then after that, his next game, if he lets up 3 or 4 runs, you could have to wait another 2 weeks before he gets back into that, 4,000, 5,000 range. I do only have a few of him right now because I don't want to throw all my stubs into Trevor Bauer. I was kind of late on the train there. But like I said, if you think he's a lock like I do, might as well try to get in there for 4,006, and then you guys can make about 900 stubs for every single Trevor Bauers that you have. So there you guys have it. I do have 2 diamond players that I think you guys should dump, and I think you guys are going to agree with this one. So before we end this video, I want you guys to dump Jose Altuve. Atrocious right now at the plate. You guys can check out his stats, but I think Jose Altuve could get a downgrade, and also his teammate George Springer. So those 2 guys are my dump plays for this week. So be careful if you guys have them. Don't pay the 5,800 right now, because they could be down at the 2,000 range by next week. So, but If you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a subscribe. Support the videos by liking it as well. If you made it all the way here, let me know who you think your diamond picks are in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you appreciate it. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.